Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of the Out of Mind podcast. And I think it's been maybe 3 or 4 years since we've come at you. I think the last time we did was E3. And I'm returning in your host. I'm Lee T. Simba. You can call me Lee. And we actually have an entirely new cast this time. So I thought we'll go around and I'll introduce everybody. We can say a game we've been playing recently. We're going to start off with Elton. Introduce yourself and tell us what you've been playing recently.
My name is Elton, and a game I've been playing recently are these girls.
I
I'm joking. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
got really curious just because I'm like, shit, I don't even know what kind of games Elton's been playing these days. And you rushed out with these girls.
No, I'm joking. Don't worry. No, but a game I've been playing recently is Tekken 7.
Tekken 7. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Are you one
On
of like
PS4.
on PS4? Okay, do you play with like Sly?
Yeah, here and there.
I see. You beat him?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right.
He doesn't want to smoke. He rarely plays with me.
So I guess next we can start with the. Did I just hear a meep meep?
My bad. I'll turn my phone.
It's all good. All right, I guess we'll start with Etsy. If you can introduce yourself and tell us what you've been playing lately.
Hello, my name is Anthony. I've been playing a lot of Destiny, which I'm kind of sad about. Really sad about that, actually.
Well, it actually happened. 'Cause I remember you used to like Destiny so hard, like when it first dropped. But like you seemed so sad playing when I saw you playing last night.
I legit have nothing else to do because I'm pretty good at Valorant now. So I'm trying to get good at Destiny now.
Destiny. I'd say, hey, bro,
Yeah.
just keep trying to get better about them. But all right, and all right, Hardrod, you're the last one. So tell us what you've been playing lately.
Yes, sir. So I'm Harjot, and I've been playing a lot of Smite recently, and I've actually been playing with Shy Shy.
That is good.
Surprisingly. He's the one that got me back into it.
Oh, he got you back into it? Because I was about to ask you, why Smite? Not to say Smite was bad, but like it just seems such like a random thing to get into or back into at this point in time.
Well, honestly, like before, like there was a big period of time where I just wasn't playing like Destiny, and then during that time, like between everything, I was just playing a lot of Smite. I have like 500 hours from then, and then I just continued again recently because I was like, I'm a bit bored of Destiny right now because there's not a lot of new content. I'm just waiting for the new season to start. So I picked up Smite again and saw my homie Shy Shy playing. So I'm like, all right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Play. And we've been playing like some pretty long sessions. Like I think our session yesterday was like, or Friday was like 10 hours. 10,
Yeah, I
12
think
hours.
Shy was telling me it was like
Jeez.
10 or 11 hours. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, you people still that injured a game like that? That's crazy.
Yeah, and that too, it was like, honestly, like a lot of it is like just like the same old mobile stuff where it's like, all right, you're doing amazing, and then there's someone that's just, screwing everyone over.
Of course.
It's a bit better now because there's like two of us, but yeah, that happens.
Of course,
lot.
the thing that tilts you in multiplayer games, or tilts everybody in multiplayer
Yes.
games. All right, I guess I'll go last because I said I'm Lee. Recently, I haven't played this game in like a week, but like I've been busy. I've still been playing. It's called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Do you guys know this game?
Absolutely
don't.
not.
This game is funny as shit. I just heard about it because apparently it's free on Xbox Game Pass. Not that I have it, but it's pretty much like you play this turnip and like immediately you've been told that you haven't been paying your taxes. So they can't. So the mayor of the town catches you and essentially, bro, because you committed tax evasion, you have to run all these damn errands for me. So you run around, do some errands, go to puzzles. You get this sword, and like it's probably a really short game. It's like only 4 hours long. I played it for like an hour, but like I can already tell something is kind of wrong because every time I talk to somebody like, yo, Turnip Boy, I heard you committing tax evasion. I'm sorry to hear that, but I feel like the game's really funny with its humor. I had to do a favor for them because I needed something from her, and she says, you got to get me a tier 1 sub. I'm like on Twitch? But no, it's just a sandwich shop, and it's filled with a bunch of like, kind of gaming and like social media and shit. I really like Turnip Boy. It's just a really funny game.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And you said
Did
this
you-
is from
did you name
Xbox
your-
Xbox Game Pass?
I heard about it because apparently it was free on Xbox Game Pass, and somebody saw I was making a
Uh-huh.
video on it, but like, no, I just got it on sale on Steam for like $7 because like the summer sale was happening during that time.
Ah, okay. I thought you were like, oh, you bought Xbox Game Pass and like you're playing that game. I'm like, why?
I mean, that feel like a very odd reason to start getting Game Pass. Like, yo, this game is 4 hours long, but you should get Xbox Game Pass just to play it. I'm like, that just the math on that's not adding up at all.
Surprisingly, on PlayStation side, like the new games coming for August, for PlayStation Essentials are like from pretty good games. There's that Little Nightmares game
Oh, I heard
that's
stuff
coming
about
for
that.
free, and then there's and like the other 2 games that are coming too. There's 3 of them now, and all of them are like have gotten ratings like above 8.
Do you remember what the other games are? Apart from Little Nightmares?
Not off the top of my head, but they were some pretty like big names. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Damn, bro. You had me excited for a moment there. You know, we should
Right.
hire a guy to Google shit whenever we say anything so we can pull it up right now. I mean,
Well,
I could do
honestly.
it, but I'd feel very unimportant if I did it right now. Yeah, that's good. I guess we get started with the first topic. And, well, for the past 2 console generations, Microsoft has shifted their focus away from exclusives for the Xbox, and they initially saw a hit in sales with the Xbox One last gen, while everyone was raving about how good the PlayStation exclusives were and how Xbox has no games because you can play all Xbox games on PC, which is still true now, by the way. But as of late, Microsoft has bought major game publishers like ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda, and recently announced they're going to buy Activision Blizzard. And they've been making headlines with their Xbox Game Pass. So my question to you guys is, do you think with all these changes, the Xbox Series X could beat the PS5 in sales at the end of this generation?
At the end of this
Absolutely not.
generation?
Yeah.
You know what? Anything could happen.
I'm saying
I like
no.
to remain optimistic about it. Why Hard Drop?
Because honestly, like you mentioned the one side on Microsoft, but you haven't mentioned like what PlayStation is doing. Like PlayStation just like have the partnership with Bungie, bro.
No, but things like Bungie is not worth nearly as much as Activision Blizzard, or I'm pretty sure even ZeniMax though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the library of games that Activision brings is far
It's
exceeds
crazy.
what Bungie's doing. It's
Yeah.
like insane.
And like also the
Right.
acquisition of like Activision that they have was like dates all the way back to like THQ, which is like
Yeah.
the 90s. So like like Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk Pro Skate, like
Bro,
Pro
Call
Skater.
of Duty, Overwatch.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they
they also
yeah,
have
so
Bethesda. Remember, they got Bethesda too, so that's Fallout and Skyrim and stuff too, right? Like
Yeah.
those school games.
And I feel like
So-
at first I didn't think too much of it because when they bought like, you know, Bethesda, I mean ZeniMax owns Bethesda. I'm like, you know, they get the Bethesda's games, which is a part of Skyrim, the rest slipped my mind, but I know Ghostwire Tokyo, Starfield people were on about, Dishonored, all that
Fallout.
stuff. And, you know, and they're cool, but I felt like this wasn't like a game changer. And they bought like ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. But the Activision Blizzard thing, it's for $68 billion, which is like so much more. And like, and in my mind, this doesn't mean they're all going to be exclusive to an Xbox because you know, Microsoft doesn't do it anymore. But like, it means that a lot of these games are not gonna have their future installments on PlayStation. Like, I know they're still very unclear about that because in my mind, oh, that was my phone. Sorry, in my mind, I feel like it's not that bad to, you know, buy a few studios, but things like if they're buying like so many like studios like this, it feels like it's not, even though PlayStation has better exclusive, it's like if I want to play all of these games, you may just have to get an Xbox or a PC. Like me personally, I wouldn't get an Xbox because I can just get a PC and I have a PC, but like for people who only buy consoles, I can see why they'd buy an Xbox, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough because the PS4 had like a really good run and there's still like PS5, I think it sold 18 million, Xbox Series X, I think 12 million sales right now. So like, I'm a bit unsure, but I feel like anything's possible, you know?
Yeah, but like
Well-
I'm still skeptical. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Annie?
No, I was gonna say since Microsoft has money, right? They're gonna buy all the big developers. But what Sony's doing is going for a quality over quantity, right? So they're buying. They don't have a partnership with Bungie. They bought Bungie, right?
Uh-huh.
So now they have access to the other stuff that Bungie's working on, like because Bungie's working on a couple of other games. They're working on a multiplayer third-person shooter game, a mobile Destiny game, and like 3 other IPs, right? So they're banking on Bungie's prowess as a studio to make good quality games, and they're targeting studios that aren't as big as Bethesda and Activision, but they're hoping these studios make really good games after, or like the quality of the games outweigh the quantity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, can that be said about the acquisitions that they had for the other companies such as Activision and Bethesda? Because like they make quality games too, right?
But
And they were
the-
known for making quality games in the past. It's just a matter of it being spinned now with like a lot of the I don't want to say diehard fans, but like some of the fans saying like, oh, like, you know, like it's not what it used to be and such like that. But like they're still gonna freaking buy it. They're still gonna play it. It's just a matter of like, I hate to say it, but like they're into this mentality where like you put it out as it is now and then you update it later, which is not something that like I'm trying to advocate for. But however, like they still will have a strong fan base at the end of the day.
I agree with that, but also remember, Microsoft have bought into 2 companies that have very, very, very bad and terrible not partnership, but relationship with their fan base, right? With
after
the
all.
recent allegations, the
Yes.
recent allegations of sexual assault and stuff like that from Activision, and then Bethesda, the way they release games and launch games. So they've bought big companies, yes, but now they have to win back the fans again, right? Because Overwatch 2 isn't doing that hot.
Oh, actually,
and the other is it doing great? Because from what I heard, a lot of people don't like it.
I heard some people like it, but like it's very mixed, honestly. But actually, I want to bring up like possibly counter that point because you're right. Because the relationship between Activision and Blizzard, it's really not good right now with the fans. So I feel like if like Sony, not Sony, if Microsoft, this because I don't think they probably bought it now. They've announced the deal to buy it, and they have to go through a bunch of like anti-monopoly stuff before the deal goes through. But if that does go through, and they essentially just remove a lot of the upper management in Activision Blizzard, like Bobby Kotick and all these other people that people hate right now, that could like really help their relationship with the public, because now it's not seen as like the old Blizzard anymore. It's seen as like the Blizzard under Microsoft. So I feel like they may not have to win back their audience as much as they had to before. And World of Warcraft makes buttloads of money.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that make a
Like-
lot
Yeah.
of money
Yeah,
off
but
that.
I guess that's not a console seller though. That's more like Microsoft's gonna make money for sure. I think like most consoles, like I think even Xbox One, when they got like I think it sold like 40 million for the PlayStation 4, it's like 140 million or something like that. I'm pretty sure they still made profit, but I feel like right now I think the news is really important just because when they announced the buying of Activision Blizzard, Sony's stock dropped 20% in Japan. And it hasn't actually fully recovered. I mean, the whole stock market's kind of like been going down for a while now, but like specifically it dropped in Japan when that news came out. And I'm seeing so many articles about Game Pass. Game Pass lets you play day one games, AAA games on day one. I am messing up my words so bad right now, but like for just $10 a month. So I feel like right now Sony's not doing too much in the news. Like I know they have I know Horizon came out, but it got kind of destroyed in the news cycle like Elden Ring. God of War's coming out in a bit. I think that's gonna get news for a while. But I guess I think the hope for Sony's gonna be like, was they saying with those exclusives that they're counting on? But I feel like Microsoft's doing a lot. So they don't have the best games. If they have a lot of good games, I think they might actually be able to like at least maybe not beat PS5, but like get really close. Like the PS5.
However, like what Sony's doing right now, though, I don't know if you guys seen this, but I don't know if they acquired or they partnered with a company that actually ports like console games to PC. So like now they're gonna have all these games all their exclusives available on PC now. So that's another avenue that they're exploring too. I forgot what it's called. It's called like Nexi or something.
Oh, yeah, I
Let me check.
No, I know, but like to me that was always I collectively forgot about that. Because I know like every now and then, like I think like the first like major Sony exclusive that went on PC was like Horizon Zero Dawn like a few years back. And they always released them like late, but to me, I never quite understood it that much because I understand like maybe putting a few of the exclusives on PC to like, bring the PC audience into PlayStation, but like they seem to be putting a lot of their exclusives on PC. Like I'm pretty sure like they're putting The Last of Us on PC as well. They announced Marvel Spider-Man coming to PC, the remastered version coming to PC as well. And I feel like
God of War as well is already on PC
that's
too,
true,
right?
that's
Which
true.
is like one of their biggest titles.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's because these companies lose a lot of money when they make their console and sell it. They sell their console at a loss, so they make more money with their software, right? So them putting their software on Steam and stuff, just making them money back, right? So that's what they're doing right now.
That's true.
They're recouping the losses, right?
Yeah, I just wonder if like this could hurt them essentially because they may not sell as many consoles this way. Like maybe not at first, but like seeing the amount of quantity that they're gonna put on PC and haven't put on PC, I feel like if people be like, oh, this is just gonna be a normal thing with Sony, they like because obviously day one diehards are gonna buy like these PlayStation stuff like in the year they release. But like a lot of people who like these games but aren't in love, they could just wait a year or two. Then play them on PC. And because I don't think every exclusive is gonna come to PC, but like it's been a lot so far.
Yeah, I think that like with that being said, though, Lee, I do believe like a lot of people are still gonna gravitate towards console gaming. Not because they're diehard fans, but like also because like they just have the console too. So like they rather not wait like to get the game on PC. They're just gonna probably like get the game on console because like it just makes more sense, especially when they're excited. Like they're excited about the game and the hype and such that goes around it. Like for the people even that are casual gamers, like I feel like the only people that would wait are those that, as Annie says, are not too excited about the games themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
even
it's
so,
true.
if you're not too excited about it, you're probably not gonna pay for it full price. You're probably gonna get it when it's discounted. So they're probably gonna wait even longer than that, longer than a year, just because like, well, I'm not gonna buy it now. I'll probably get it when it's on sale. Or at least like that's
Yeah,
the
it's
assumption
possible.
I'd make.
Yeah, there could be like people.
Yeah, I
are
have
for
a
sure.
couple of friends like that too, right? Like I know a couple of our boys will get the console and just not buy anything for it until that one game comes out. Or vice versa. Well, they won't even get the console till like a specific edition comes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean Elton?
Wait, Elton. What specifically with you? What's that you talking about?
Because literally, I like Annie's. Well, he wasn't subtweeting me or anything like that, but like he's literally saying like that's what I did. Like I got the God of War. I have the God of War.
Oh, the special edition PS4.
Limited special edition PS4. Yeah, like the PS4 Pro. Like I have it, and I was just like, and I wanted a PS4, but I got it late in the lifespan of like PS4 because like it was like 2 years. It was 2 years towards its end, or like when they're just like, all right, like we're gonna hang it up, not hang it up, but we're gonna obviously
That PS5 is
work on
gonna come in a bit.
the
Yeah,
PS5, yeah. So like I got it like when did it come out? Like 2018.
Yeah,
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
yeah, there was that.
Yeah, so I got it.
2018.
I got it in 2018, and look how long the PS4 has been out for. Like since what 2013.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it has been a while. Holy shit.
yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
so that I'm one of those people that in what she's talking about, like, and I was just like, I wanted, and like my rationale was like, I wanted a PS4, but I did not need a PS4, especially because of like just I had other things to worry about at the time.
I see
You know what I
see.
mean?
Yeah. I feel that specific with me and like the Switch, because like for those who may not remember who were listening to this last time, I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan. Kind of. I like Nintendo games. I hate Nintendo as a company. They make me sick. But like when the Switch dropped, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought the Switch was gonna flop. I truly, really thought that. I had this whole video planned out that I was gonna do about why the Switch was gonna flop after they revealed it. And I'm glad I never made that video because the Switch sold so much. But anyway, I decided.
Successful.
But anyway, I
Super
decided,
successful.
even if it's gonna fail or not, I'm gonna get a Switch because like I need to play some Nintendo games. But like I waited until Smash came out. Switch was out almost an entire year, and then the moment they said Smash is coming out, I went to Shoppers Drug Mart. I bought a Switch and Smash that same day because
Yeah.
well, the wait on it.
And even so, like Lee, I still like I'm thinking of getting a Switch, but I'm not getting a Switch until I see the new Pokemon Violet and Scarlet like
Oh.
comes out, or at least I know that it's really good.
Mhm.
Even though like they already came out with the abomination that it was, I can't even remember the name
Sword and
of
Shield.
the no, you way to trigger
Sword
me.
and Shield. Yeah, Sword and
Yeah, that
Shield
they already
was really
came out
bad.
with that one. But even so, like I'm even hesitant about getting Scarlet and Violet because they're not gonna have all the Pokemon in it.
They did. Wait, did they confirm that for this one as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
or
God,
at
they
least
even
it's
typed that in.
speculative, right? Hard
Yeah,
to-
no, it's literally all like new Pokemon games coming out. They essentially develop like their own Pokedex for the games using old Pokemon and new Pokemon now.
Okay.
And they limit it to around 151, 152, something like that, like what the amount the original gen was.
Wait,
And the reason for that, pardon?
wait, hold on, wait, are you telling me there's only 150 Pokemon in Sword and Shield? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, like when the game first came out, there was only the Pokedex was at 151, 152.
What the fuck?
Around there, and then with like DLC and stuff like that, they increased it a bit, but it's never had all the Pokemon in it.
Okay.
And that's what
Yeah.
they're doing going forward, only because the Pokedex is so big at this point that making a game with all the Pokemon would literally just be like so much data, and like
You basically would
they
need a
don't
computer.
see and they don't see it like how like new people would get into like such a massive pool.
Nah, bro, they lazy.
Especially 'cause,
Nah,
like,
I
or like a
sense
new
that shit.
generation.
No,
I
honestly,
should
I
say.
believe that. Yeah, I agree with Lee.
Dead ass
I sense
lazy,
that
yeah.
shit. But it's like,
Bruh.
because like I don't know, because I remember like I don't know the exact reasons, at least with Sword and Shield. I remember like they were given like let's say the reasons, and the community was just confused because what does that matter? Because a lot of times they even reuse Marvel Pokemon games, from what I understand.
They
but like,
do,
Yep.
yeah.
I know not everyone wants to catch all the Pokemon, because I remember like it was a lot of a bigger deal when it got announced than when it actually happened. Because like everyone knew they had the 7 Pokemon that came out, like the 150, the hard I was saying, and then like with DLC more. Like, I looked it up right now, and like after they updated Sword and Shield, you can get 400 Pokemon in it, which is nice. I think it's like 1,000 Pokemon, so obviously like a ton of them were lost, but like it is what it is.
Yeah. And
But like,
so,
how do you determine which Pokemon are important?
probably on popularity. I like honestly,
But like
yeah.
I didn't see
that
anyone
makes no
complain about
sense.
Dunsparce not being in the game. You know what I mean?
I'd be
Honestly.
well, like is Shuckle in the game? Because I'd want Shuckle to be in the game.
I think
Shit.
like yeah, that's the thing too. Now it's like they want all their Pokemon to be relevant at the same time. So it's like if they haven't used the Pokemon in a bit, they'll throw them in, right? And it's like I don't know how they come up with their list, but it's like it's
Yeah,
based
it's
on
so
like
stupid.
popularity. One thing, like if Charizard's not in a game, no one's gonna get it.
Yeah,
if
yeah, I
Pikachu's
checked-
not in every game,
I
it's
checked
not gonna
Shuckles and
work.
Sword and Shield. Shuckles and Sword and Shield. He made it. He
Right.
made it.
And then there's like
Hey.
Eevee, right? Like Charizard, Pikachu, Eevee are like three huge ones that have to be in like every game almost, right?
Yeah.
But
But
other
are
than
all
that,
the-
everything's like
It's like yeah,
is
it
depending
just
on
makes
like
no
if they've
sense.
used them or not.
Yeah, and the reasons that Leo's talking about, like that they were giving, were just it just sounded like malarkey,
It's just like
and
I
they kind of
agree.
it takes all this
it
time,
just-
all this stuff. It's like, don't lie to me. Because Game Freak been lazy. Like, look at the Pokemon community. Because I
Oh,
didn't realize
for
it.
sure.
I've been on and off like with like Pokemon games, but like I'll hear people in the community talk about like the Pokemon company and Game Freak and talk about how lazy they are. 'Cause, you know, there's that joke like
Oh,
they
they're
just make
lazy
the
as
same
fuck.
game all the time. But like the Pokemon games, I thought people really liked. They didn't really like. A lot of people loved X and Y. Also on the 3DS, things are different.
no,
now.
no, no, no. X and Y was the last good one.
Yeah,
That's good. I heard people say
It
like
was the
Black
last
2
good
and
one.
White 2 are the last good one. Because people
Okay.
that's
really
because
like that.
Black 2 and White 2 are the last ones following like the old formula,
Yeah,
right? We're on that like the GBA, the Nintendo DS, like before like the actual 3D models were developed. You had that. And that's what people grew up with. That's what people loved. But then for like the new generation, for advancement, they did X
it's
and Y.
3D.
X and Y was
like-
great. 3D,
Yeah.
you know,
EV
full
training,
rotation, EV
IV
training,
training, like,
everything.
you had
They
all
made it a
this
lot
stuff.
easier as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's the
And-
only complaint I heard about the X
And
and
all
Y.
the Pokemon were there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the main complaint I heard about X and Y was more so from like the competitive scene because like what was it? That introduced Mega Evolutions, right?
That and I absolutely love Mega Evolutions. I find that there's some Pokemon out there that needed an extra evolution, and a lot
Yeah,
of
they
them
needed-
got a Mega Evolution, and I was like, yo, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah,
Especially
but
like Absol and stuff.
I know that's in the story, but I'm told that like for competitive people might Mega Evolution just because of like how big of an advantage the Mega Evolution was within a team, and depending on what your Pokemon could be Mega, not all Pokemon would be worth, and they're only worth to run because of the Mega. So at least competitive wise, I know people didn't like that about X and Y. But if in
But that's
general
stupid,
people like
'cause
the
you could
game,
just
that's
ban
good.
them. You could just ban them.
Yeah,
You say
you
no
just
Mega
ban them.
Evolutions at this Pokemon tournament. Like
Right,
it's
and-
it's a simple
mhm.
rule to have. Like it's like when they have these rules at like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. It's like you just ban these cards.
Yeah, I think it's
Right.
like with I know it's with Pokemon Showdown they go like OU and Uber because I feel like wait how many of us in the call like use Pokemon Showdown?
I
Showdown?
don't like it.
I
don't
know.
like it.
I used Pokemon Crater.
Creator. I haven't heard of Creator before.
Pokemon Crater was like this shit. Well, I liked it. It was basically like, you had to like it was during the time where like it was Windows XP and such like that, or like Windows Vista, and it was basically Pokemon, but it was a click. So you had to click either up, down, and whichever direction you clicked, you had a chance of running into a like a what do you call it? Like a Pokemon, it being shiny or whatever, and like then you battle it, you get XP. It's like it's that formula, and then also after you like have a team and like you level up and such like that. and you,
Is this a
and you
mod
beat the
Pokemon
Elite
game?
Four. Yeah, it's a mod. Well, it's a mod Pokemon game that was online.
Okay, online
It was a
too.
web.
I think I
Yeah.
heard that one. I think I tried
like,
playing
you
it,
had
but I
other
really
people
shit
in it.
PC at that time.
Hmm?
I think I had tried playing that at one point, but me and my brother just had like a really shit PC at that time and couldn't even load
Oh.
like Flash player games, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, honestly, I remember
yeah,
like
the struggle.
I spent a lot of times with a lot of Pokemon mods. Like there's this one Pokemon game which I started. It was called Pokemon Glaze. This shit was so good. You could start picking
Pause.
off like any random Pokemon, not like the normal starters, not like water, grass, fire. It was like electric. You want fighting, you want steel. I think I got like an Elekid to start off, and like I was having so much fun in that game. However, remember it's a modded game. This wasn't like checked properly. At one point, I'm like, I'm Pokemon at level 40. That's how much I'm evolving in this game. I've been playing it for a while. I go into this tower, I defeat all the evil grunts of whatever generic team they made up, and this guy's talking about how I'm gonna take this fossil, or like this fossil will be used for evil, or blah blah blah. And he leaves the room, and like I chase him out, but there's like a huge army of his people just blocking the way. And apparently I was supposed to get the fossil to go through, but because I didn't grab the fossil, the game glitched on me, and I couldn't leave, so I had to end my run right then and there. I was so sad. That mod was so sick. I used to play a lot of those Pokemon mods back in the day. Although,
Yeah, I feel you. I had a Pokemon mod on my PSP. Like, it was supposed to be Pokemon Gold, but it was like the whole generation though, but just Pokemon. But they like mapped it out. They modded it into like the Johto region, which was pretty dope.
that's pretty nice.
Damn.
And it was
Yeah,
on
no,
my PSP.
I think like the first Pokemon game I played was actually Pokemon. I think it was Fire Red and like Ruby. Those were the first ones I
okay.
played.
Mm.
And then like I went back and I played like Silver and Crystal and stuff like that. But even back then, it's like I've never played a modded Pokemon.
You should try it. It's really
I
good.
tried.
All of them pretty, especially the ones that are completely out there. But before, because I always went to like a huge tangent on Pokemon. I actually want to ask because since we're in the realm of Pokemon, I think of Nintendo and kind of crossovers in games, and I wanted to bring this up a little bit later. But like since we're here, how do you guys feel about crossovers in video games? So I know like in Brawlhalla they have a bunch of different characters from like Ben 10, Adventure Time, and Rayman, and Fortnite has Naruto and Itachi and all a million crossovers, and even Smash Bros exists. So I wanted to know if you guys had any specific thoughts.
Wait,
about
wait, hold up. Naruto's
in Fortnite.
in Fortnite?
In Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. So is
He's in
Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi.
Yeah.
Team 7 is in Fortnite.
I think Goku
Fuck
and
no.
Beerus are coming too if they're not already there.
Oh God.
Damn, Vegeta got left behind? That's so sad.
It's like he's probably there too. That's what I'm thinking. Like, it was a Dragon Ball Z. I saw Beerus, so that's an interesting choice for Fortnite. But yeah,
In my opinion, I don't mind it in games as long as it works. Like in Fortnite, you would have Naruto running around with a gun. You know, like you wouldn't like. I don't like it.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I'm not opposed to its existence, but like, it doesn't look right. Like, I swear,
Right.
when we was in this game, you could like be hitting people with an AR-15 and all this shit. I'm like, you are a street fighter. You throw hands. What am I looking
I
at?
lie?
Yeah,
Right?
Nah,
and
man,
then, but like in something like Smite, where you have like, you know, RW, like Ruby from RWBY acting as one of the characters. Same moveset. The character kind of matches the moveset and like, you know, looks like uses the same weapon as the character, and so it like somewhat works. That I'm fine with, right? It just adds extra flair to the game in that sense. But at the same time, if you like don't know the character, people are gonna be like, "What is this character? Who is this?" and stuff like that. And it like, introduces like, you know, it brings recognition to like other things that people might not know, but might like go out to experience, right? Like I probably started watching Ruby because of that. No cap.
Oh, you started watching it because of Smite? That's what got you in?
Yeah, like I kept seeing it pop up. I'm like, yeah, these characters look really cool. I looked up Ruby and I watched like the first 3 episodes of like the new one that came out, the actual anime.
Really?
And I'm like, yo, this is fire.
Damn, bro, that's
And now
not
Hardja's
what
gonna
it is.
cosplay as one
Finest,
of them
bro.
next year at Anime North.
That's what I did here. Was that Elton?
I said now Hardja's gonna cosplay as one of them next year at Anime North.
Yeah, find himself another Ruby cosplayer, get married, all that shit. Cause, but I find that at least with like crossovers in gaming, it's like, cause crossovers are cool with like, I feel like the MCU and Marvel movies like always like made it really cool. Like, wow, these characters from these movies are coming over in other MCU movies, and I feel like it's fun with gaming. I kind of like, I could live with that, honestly. Like, I love like, you know, Smash Bros. Is one of my favorite games, and I feel like that kind of works.
It's hit or miss.
Because like, because it's a crossover, but like Smash Bros. It's its own thing. But it works off of the success of the characters, and it kind of builds upon them, the movesets and all this shit. But it's like, you know, like all the Fortnite crossovers, they're inoffensive, so I'm okay with them. But like, I wouldn't really advocate that gaming would need more crossovers. The only thing, which is, I didn't even play this game that much. I got maybe 5 hours on it. I actually would like to see another PlayStation All Stars.
Oh, that shit was fire.
that
I was
was a
actually
good
a
game.
demon in a game. I was a demon in that game. Don't at me.
Yeah, so you can speak on this a lot more. How's the online in that game, by the way? I heard it.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's shit. I feel like,
Straight ass.
I'm surprised they
Great
didn't make another
dookie.
one.
yeah,
to
I was
be honest.
surprised too. It was made by Sony Santa Monica, I think, and I know they make the new God of War and shit. But like in my mind, from like the talk I was hearing about it when it came out, it's like, you know, this game, it has some stuff to it, but it wasn't like, no one thought it was the greatest thing ever. Like I can't remember, it was a Brawl that was out at the time. No one thought it was better than Smash, but like it's definitely like in that same genre of that crossover. Like,
It had a lot of potential.
yeah, for
It had a
sure.
lot of potential.
Which is why I feel like, damn, bro, why did another one come out? Did it not sell that much? Because I feel like a crossover like that was good because it does the same thing Smash does. Like, because like PlayStation All Stars, that was its own thing, but it still had characters of like, honestly, a lot of them were not even really Sony, but they're just random gaming characters. I think I'd like to see something more like that. But as far as like crossovers, it's like, I'm kind of with you guys. It can work, it can not work, but I'm like, I would not advocate for more unless it was
I mean,
that.
cross servers have been going on for a hot minute from like the PlayStation 3 era, but it's a lot more prominent, right? Especially with Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Because remember the Soul Calibur series, you had to like had
Oh
specific
yeah.
like characters from
Soul
like different
Calibur, that's right.
from different games, right? Like Heihachi was the PlayStation one, and
Link was the GameCube one.
Yep.
Link was the GameCube one, and Spawn was the Xbox one, right?
Yeah.
And then PS3 was Darth Vader for PS3 and Yoda for Xbox. And then people forget this, but MK9 had Kratos in it.
Oh no, I remember that.
I
remember that.
completely
Yeah.
forgot. That shit.
Yeah,
I
so
remember
like
that
cross
shit.
servers have been a thing, but it wasn't like that well like received, I guess. But now it's more people are more open to it because of games like Fortnite, right? Like no one thought they would see like fucking Ryu with a fucking gat, right? Like
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
oh,
with the Glock 40.
yeah, you know, like so people are more open to it. So I think we're gonna see a lot more of it.
that's true.
Because
Yeah.
cross savers have been becoming more prominent, especially within games like, of different genres. Like even Killer Instinct had some characters from Xbox, right? Like Arbiter and some like some Toad character from like the Rare games.
Oh, yeah. I
Then
know what you're talking
also,
about.
then also Tekken 7 have like Negan from The Walking Dead in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Noctis.
completely
And Noctis.
random.
And
Noctis.
Noctis.
So it's like,
And Noctis.
Noctis
Yeah,
Lucius
yeah.
Calum from Final Fantasy, yeah. And like you have
Noct-
Cloud in like Smash Bros. 2, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, an example of because we're talking about like crossovers. 'Cause I know that new multiverses game, the WB Smash Bros. Came out, and I played it a little bit, and I think it could be good, but like it's only like still early into its development. But it made me remember like the Nicktoons Smash Bros. Game that came out. It's not a Smash Bros. Game. It's like a Smash
shit
clone.
died.
Talking about fight for the metaverse or whatever. Battle for the metaverse.
Metaverse.
Was
Something
that what
like
it's
Yeah.
called? And I felt like
Metaverses.
Metaverses with like Batman and everything.
And Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Okay,
things
sorry.
why bring up like that Nicktoons Smash game that died? It's like I felt like that one didn't die because it was a crossover, it just died because it did shit. But it made me think of another crossover which I never played, but I've only heard bad things about. Do you guys remember like the DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat?
That
shit was
was.
so
We
dirt.
don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Nah, bro, we gotta talk about it.
Y'all rented it from Blockbuster. That shit was so dirt.
From what I understand,
God.
because they were dealing with DC characters, they couldn't be. It was rated T, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Mortal Kombat game rated T. That is insane.
It was just they fumbled the bag on that one.
I feel like that definitely just doesn't work because, I mean, if the DC, because I know like, at least more recently, I feel like people are a bit more accepting of like darker like DC kind of storylines. As long as comics become a bit more popular and you hear more darker stuff, but it's like, bro, for Mortal Kombat to like do that collab with them, they'd have to lose a part of its identity to make it work, and it just feels like that definitely should not have happened.
That's why it was egregious.
Yeah.
But it was a matter. I feel like they were just excited that they got the assets from Warner Bros. Because like they're under Warner Bros. At that point, right? And with that, they were just like, ooh, like let's do something cool. Let's put Mortal Kombat with DC characters, and then probably the execs at Warner Brothers was just like, okay, but like you can't make it. You can't have like friggin' Batman ripping out freaking Katana's heart or shit like that, like because that's
He
not the
doesn't
image
kill.
we're trying to like display.
He doesn't kill.
especially-
Yeah.
Batman to the kill.
Actually, that reminds me because I forgot about
Oh,
like
yeah.
Injustice. That's NetherRealm, right?
Yep.
That's another
Yeah,
one,
it
but
is.
like it's under Warner Bros. Too.
Oh, yeah,
Warner
that's
Brothers,
true.
sorry.
Yeah. They
It's
became
the
more
and
open
same
to it.
company.
Yeah.
The same company. They just
Yeah.
changed their name. It's Midway Studios, but they changed the name to NetherRealm.
Okay, because I'm glad that like we could find that like they were able to make a collab that worked, which like you could make their own fighting game with the DC characters. That wasn't Mortal Kombat, so it didn't need to be as bomb,
Yeah.
but it was still good. But like
And they did it right then.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's redemption.
Injustice
That's
is really
redemption. I still have to play Injustice 2 just because honestly I played Injustice 1 hella late on the Wii U. By the way,
Oh,
I played
Oh,
that game
God.
story mode in like 6 hours. Hopped online the next day, got destroyed. I said, "No, I'm not playing this shit again." I'm like,
Yeah, brother. Justice 2.
Justice
Okay,
2 is
can we talk about NetherRealm games?
what,
I have a
ab-
few grievances.
what about it? What about him?
Okay, so Mortal Kombat 9. Let's just talk about it. So everyone knew Mortal Kombat for being like, this ultra violent fighting game that basically had soccer moms picket fencing protesting like the Midway Studios at the time, like in the 90s, right? Because like it was ultra violent and
Yeah,
shit.
it was the reason that
And-
ESRB was created.
Yeah, and literally it was supposed to be like counterculture and such, and which is like good. Like, it pushes the culture. Like, it shows like how edgy and you could be, and like it poses challenges, right? Like, it's a win-win for everybody. However, as they progressed, they got more successful, and like their games were good. Like, well, at least I enjoyed them. I can't speak for everyone else, but it seems like they had a positive reception too. But when they came back, because they took a long break, and this was like when they stopped, like when they were having trouble, and like they were midway, and then they finally came NetherRealms, and they got picked up by Warner Brothers and all this shit, and they finally made MK9, and everyone was like ecstatic, and MK9 did really well, so they followed up and made Injustice, and Injustice did really well too, because like remember they learned from their mistakes of like what happens when you do a collab, right?
Yeah,
Between DC and like friggin' ultra-violent characters. And then from that, they finally made Injustice, and Injustice was successful too. Now, they want to push the envelope and make things, I guess, more consumer-friendly, or more for the casual audience, and that's where they fricked up. Because after MK9, it went to shit. Am I wrong, Annie?
No, it's after MK10. After MK10.
I disagree. After MK, because MK9 was.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah, after
Because
MK10.
they were in the
Rajat.
shitter after Deception and Armageddon and DC versus Mortal Kombat. So they had to reboot the whole franchise, right? So MK9 basically saved them from bankruptcy, right? And then Injustice made them stable. And then MKX was like returned to form, right? Like people love that game.
I keep on saying MK9. MK10 was like, yes, their cash
peak,
cow.
peak,
Yes.
because that was like an Evo like standard, right? People love that game.
Yeah.
And then MK11 came out, and people weren't really about it.
Just
And
like,
same with
the Justice.
Injustice 2, right? Because they became very, especially Injustice 2 became very cash grabby, because you gotta buy like, specific armor parts and stuff.
Armor.
No, Annie, no.
Well,
It didn't
was
really
that
come
MK9?
cash grabby like that.
I think that was MK11. You can like get like specific armor parts. You get like specific abilities. So it kind of like
No,
ruined
that was-
comparative integrity.
That was Injustice. That was
Injustice
Injustice.
2.
Oh,
just
Justice
Injustice,
2.
right?
Injustice 2.
Injustice
Yeah,
two.
Injustice
Yeah.
2.
That was Injustice
But
2.
like you didn't. That it was just only cosmetics.
I
It
think
didn't actually
was,
give you a boost.
I think in MK, I'm mistaken, but I think in the new MK11 or whatever, like specific like items gave you like specific like boost or like specific like attack moves.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Let's see.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
probably find it. Well, while I was looking it up, I want to say, because I always like dislike that idea, especially with fighting games. Because I don't remember what was actually what's the name of that free Tekken fighting game?
Oh,
Tekken Revolution. Tekken
Yeah,
Revolution.
yeah.
Because I remember I was went over to Jaden's house back in the day, and he was playing it. And you know, Jaden's good at games and all that shit. And he was getting wrecked by this Bob online, or he was playing Bob, I forget. And he was getting ready to say, yeah, that person's got all this armor or stuff that you gotta buy with microtransactions and all this shit. I'm just like, I hate the idea of like fighting games where like your character is not the same every time you play it. Cause I hate to say, like, I wish some games would be more brain dead, but it's like, I feel like listening to a fighting game, I can just worry about the skill of this character, don't really want to customize the moves and work on it. But like the idea of like putting armor on certain parts or like changing it, things will be faster. I don't know. I don't like the idea for that with fighting games.
Yeah, so in Tekken Revolution, there are 3 different strats: strength, and then stamina, and then something else. And essentially, you could put points
There was
into those
power,
stats.
endurance, and I think something for like armor moves, invincibility moves.
Or something
So
like
those-
that. And
Those
yeah,
are 3 main, right? So you put into endurance, you got like an extra bar of like HP or half a bar of HP. And strength made you do more damage, which was ridiculous.
it was
And
retarded.
then the invincible move one, basically like basically just if someone hits you, you press this like magic button and you like do like half their HP. It was so dumb.
Yeah,
This
it
sounds
was
dumb as
very
shit,
it
bro.
was very bad. And on top of that, you had to like grind
Buy
out the
tickets.
game, fight people to like get points to then unlock the other characters.
Yeah, and also it wasn't free to play because it was like an arcade system where you had tickets, so aka tokens. So if you
Oh,
kept winning, you got to play more. If you lost, you had to wait like a in like real life timer to like get your tickets again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
Yo.
really bad.
I'm telling you at this point, some people are gonna be like, some of these friggin' fighting game companies are just gonna say, you know what, forget the next thing we're gonna do for pay to win. We're just gonna give people who pay the option to, like, nerf their opponents or not
Yeah,
by just giving them the buff stats
most,
or
like,
like.
the most terrible pay to win system in fighting game was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That shit had like that game had lead. This game had
Get
gem
off
like
your
a
chest,
gem
Annie.
system,
Get off your
and
chest.
and yo, they had gems that were like auto like break grab. So someone grabs you,
Just
this
auto
gem
broke
would
you?
just auto broke the grab.
Oh
Bro,
my God.
it was some dumb shit, bro. It was
another
ridiculous.
terrible crossover. Like, who would have thought?
All right.
Bro, I was so hurt. If you grab somebody, it breaks it for you. Like you could also do like there's some dumb ones, bro. You got like special meter faster. I'm pretty sure there's one like auto anti-aired. It was dumb. It was so I don't know why they put that in the game. And the thing is, they put these gems on the disc itself, but then you had to like buy a pass to use them online.
Oh yeah, they had on this DLC. Was that it?
Yeah, so
Oh,
they were
God.
cheap. People are so mad.
Everyone's got so upset on this DLC as they should, because like, damn, bro, you really gonna sell me more of the game which I already own but I can't access? Like, actually,
Yeah,
I'm glad this was brought up, because like we had another. You guys see the notes about like how easy should competitive games be, and like I like this is not less of a microtransaction thing, but the idea of like that gem that auto broke grabs, I don't like the idea of it, because like, no, I'm a gamer. I'm not that good. I'm fine, but like, I feel like the idea of something like that just making a game that much easier, it kind of takes away a little bit of accomplishment. Imagine you beat someone because you had all these fucking gems that pretty much won the game for you. I'm just not really about it. But
I mean, right now fighting games are going down. I feel like fighting games are sooner or later gonna become free to play, kind of like a battle pass model. And fighting games are also making the barrier of entry easier. Like for example, like doing special moves is no longer like a quarter circle motion. It's like pressing, like holding forward and pressing like square or whatever to get like a fireball out, right? But if you want to get more damage out of it and spend less meter, you do the old motion, right? So they're trying to find ways to make the barrier of entry to competitive games like that easier,
okay.
right? And they also have stuff like auto combos, which I'm not really a big fan of, right? I don't think that's why I don't like Dragon Ball. You press square like a bunch of times, and you do this sick ass combo, do like a quarter of the HP, and it's like, bro, like you didn't learn that, but okay.
Yeah, but look, like, day one, a lot of noobs has like, bro, I'm sick of shit at this game. As I was sick of shit as that game, bro. You see the way I trust those auto combos, bro?
Yeah.
There's auto combos, but then at the same time, there's like, if you actually like go towards learning the game, then there's longer combos that you can do to like kill off a character or do like more than half their HP instead of just the auto combo that'll do like 50 60%.
And like also with auto combos
good
too,
and
like
weird at the same time.
it's a matter of like, if you're getting cheesed out, someone's doing an auto combo on you and you don't know how to, like, you're not equipped to, like, I guess block it or know how to punish it properly, then just spend more, put more investment back into the lab, because like it's usually auto combos are the same. Like there are a certain amount of strings that they do. Like it's not random all the time.
Oh yeah. For me, it's more so like that kind of stops people from learning the game to a certain extent, right? Because when you learn like a fighting game and you can do like a very basically like very easy combo as a casual, you're not gonna invest the time to learn more combos, right? Because the square button does like enough damage for you to be satisfied, right? And you can also like take that combo, get them in a corner, and just press buttons, kind of win too. So I think auto combos isn't the way to get people into the game, because if anything, it stops the bridge from learning, right? That's how you get into fighting games. Like you learn a combo, and then once you execute the combo, you'll learn like the basics, right? Because the auto combo doesn't teach you spacing or how to defend against like anti-airs or cross-ups, right? So I just think that's a very easy way to get someone to get like dissatisfied with the game really quick, but then like put the game down, when like you have to learn how to like defend properly and like
I totally understand, because like you're a casual player at that point too.
Yeah.
But like,
I see what you mean.
some of these casual players are gonna have a wake up call, especially when they go online and they get their shit kicked in.
Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
So
By people like you and Annie.
Actually, I just want to add to that, like, because I was innocent, because I wasn't understanding your point for a little bit, because I felt like, if you just know these auto combos only work for a while, if they don't face better players, and then not gonna work. But then I realized if they get too used to those auto combos, the idea of learning the game is not gonna be fun to them because they've only had fun playing 10, 15 hours doing these auto combos and shit. So I can understand like why you definitely be against them because you have to learn to get better, and like if the game positions you in a way where like you really have to go out of your way to try and learn, it's like it's not really intuitive. It's not gonna keep the game alive.
Because like Elton brought up a point, right? Like if I'm doing an auto combo and I've been playing like fighting games for a minute, I'll block that shit and like take you like I'll kill one of your characters because you did an auto combo. I blocked it. Now you're dead. Now the person playing is like, what? I thought I was playing the game properly because I pressed square a bunch of times, but I'm like dying. What's wrong? Right?
It's like,
so,
right? you mean pressing square does not make me win?
Exactly.
Like
but basically that's what the auto combo system kind of instills in new people is if I press this button, I'm doing a combo. I don't gotta learn other parts of the fighting game, right? That's why fighting games are kind of hard to get into because you gotta learn the motions for your special attacks. You gotta know what's negative, what's positive. You gotta know like the meta game to be somewhat decent at it. And if you have things that make it easier, like the auto combo, I feel like that kind of takes away or like might like take people away from the fun part of fighting games where you learn the fighting game itself and expand your skills in it.
Yeah, that's good. I also feel like because I obviously know they want to make a game because like you're right, fighting games are hard to get into because like you're pretty much like when you play a fighting game, you're kind of committing to learning. You got to learn the ins and outs of this character. Apart from fighting game basis, you also got to know how they do in certain matchups. And if you try to play another character, it's continue to hard, so I got to relearn all those matchups for this character. But I feel like at least for me, I hope to like because we've talked to you and me talked about like playing that Riot League of Legends fighting game when it comes out. And we're both not that interested in it being a tag fighter, but like my reasons for it were just because I know it's already a more complicated because now I don't have to learn to multiple matchups. I gotta learn twice that much. Like, okay, so does this person combo out with this person against these two teams, and they keep switching out and out and out, and that worries me because like if I'm not in it day one, or let's say if I join day one, but I don't play for like 6 months and I come back and there's new characters and I gotta learn more and more, it's a little bit intimidating. But I was curious, what were your reasons specifically for not liking tag fighters in general?
It's the same reasons, but then it's also about like learning two characters is one thing, but it also depends on like how big the moveset is, right? Because if you're learning like Tekken Tag Tournament 2, you gotta get like a PhD in it, because each character has like 200 fucking moves. All right, so
Tekken
like, if the move list, yeah, so if the move list in the new League of Legends fighting game isn't that big, I'll be more inclined to learn it. But at the same time, if the game gets too crazy, like like Dragon Ball Z kind of does, the Dragon Ball Z Fighters or whatever, Dragon Fighters, I'm not really into that. Like the whole like my screen's getting like a bunch of explosions and like someone behind me, and then like someone's above me, someone's like talking to my mom or some shit. I'm just not really into that, Like,
wait, so are you saying because there's too many things going on the screen at once, or is it because like the move list is too much, like it's too long?
Because the League of Legends fighting game is 2v2, so I'm okay with that. So
okay.
If the move lists are somewhat like short, I can learn two characters. But if the move list is like Tekken, I'm not really gonna be into it. And also, I don't like tag fighters because of the amount of stuff going on the screen, right? Like,
okay,
I'm more into like
assist and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm more into like 1v1 kind of games, right? Like I enjoy Tekken Tag Tournament 2, but I enjoy Tekken 7 more, right? Because it was because like there's also like a lot of gimmicks when it comes to tag fighters, right? Like the assist system, and like I don't know if they're gonna have like tag supers or not, right? So it just becomes like if you mess up once, you're gonna be put in the corner and you gotta like defend till like they run out of meter or you find an opening, right? And like I don't really like that. It just so, especially like tag fighters tend to be like, if I touch you, you die, right? It's not really my cup of tea.
I see. Actually, that reminds me a bit of Actually, this might have been. I know it's not relevant now, but I remember like I was watching like videos of people playing Dragon Ball Fighters when it first came out, and I know this is like day one, week one shit people didn't know, but like, bro, in that game you could combo people to fucking shit, and you could not do anything about it. Especially
yeah.
And I know that's like first week people don't know how to count things yet, but like it seemed like it was happening especially a lot in Dragon Ball Fighters when it first launched. Get combo to shit by 3 different characters.
It's really funny because like it's like the complete opposite of what Mortal Kombat 11 does now, because like they try to play it safe, like it's footsies and shit like that. Like the combo maximization is super small compared to like what it was for MKX. Like MKX, you could string things together, you know what I mean? And like you could basically make a combo out of anything, and it's kind of fun in that way.
Yeah,
But
you can convert off a lot of stuff in MKX.
yeah, and it's sick. But like Annie's like what Annie, from what I'm understanding, Annie's saying is that like it gets to too much. Like the reason why he's like turned off of like 2v2 fighters or like tag fighters is because like you get touched. Like it's basically like the combo maximization. Like if you slip up once, then like someone's gonna capitalize on that and punish, and it's gonna be a heavy punish where they basically murk you into oblivion.
Yeah, also
Or
the
one of your
balancing part comes into, right? Like balancing a tag fighter is a lot harder, right? Because
yeah.
think of it this way, right? You're playing two characters, they're like pretty good, and then one character gets nerfed, and then you gotta learn a whole other character, or like change your game plan, right? And
You don't
like, you
have to.
You don't have to, but like if you want to be like, I'm
You want
talking
a
from like a
competitive
competitive standpoint.
edge.
Yeah, like if you want to like, because I know you were like a very like, I like this character, I don't care how bad they're, I'm gonna use him. But like I'm talking about like professional players, most of them are like, oh, if this character's dirt, I'm gonna play somebody else because I want to win, right? Because remember,
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was a bunch of Virgils and like Doctor Dooms, right? Because people want to win.
Damn, I didn't know Doom was
But like
busted in that
also
game.
at the same time, like these high profile players that are saying like, oh shit, like I gotta pick up a new character. It's not the end of the world to them because like they probably pick up like 5 characters, and like since they already have a good idea at the game, like it's not gonna, like the investment that they're gonna put into the character is not gonna be as much.
Yeah,
especially because like they have a better idea of like how all the characters work and how to do all these combos.
But think of it from a casual standpoint too. If you learn like 2 characters and you have a job and you have a family and stuff, and you come back and your character got nerfed, and you have to like relearn the thing, you won't have time to keep up, right, with everybody else.
Yeah, and it's like you might keep playing that same character if you're not doing as well, but like you find because the character is worse and you're not doing as well, but you like playing them, you're gonna like lose some more games just because that's the way it is. You're gonna have less investment. And I know that's game balance it's a goddamn mess, bro. Especially because I play League of Legends, and like considering how interactive that game is, some characters become broken just because other characters become broken. And you got to keep changing and nerfing. Like every 2 years, every character goes through a cycle of being broken and busted to shit to try and make it work. But I feel like specifically for like competitive with like fighting games, I feel like they have like a lot of kind of competition because there's like a lot of fighting games. I feel like they drop. Do they drop new Mortal Kombat every year, or is that only every 2 years?
No. If they did that, they'd be screwed.
Yeah, because I feel like because even like I think competitive play can keep casuals interested because like competitive, like sometimes I watch like competitive Smash and type of shit. I feel like it made me a bit more into Smash as competitive play because like it's news around it, people are talking about it. I feel like I feel like if fighting games screw up the competitive side of it, the casual audience for it is just not going to exist. I feel like fighting game players are pretty like not casual to begin with.
So, 100%. Like for me, like the whole reason I got into fighters is because I was literally watching Goichi play Dragon Ball Fighters, and I saw like how we played with like Bardock, Goku, and all that. I'm like, damn, that's sick. And so that it was literally because of him. And I'm like, all right, let me take this game a bit more seriously. Played it a bit more seriously, and I enjoyed it, like just learning it a bit more. But I did ultimately end up stopping because like other games came out that I wanted to play. So there's that aspect to it too. It's like, yeah, you can take a game competitively, learn it a lot, but it's like when you're a gamer, there's other games too.
Yeah. Especially like with fighting games. So I'm not gonna say fighting games like a dime a dozen, but it's like they got competition. Like there's a lot of follow-up sequels. Tekken, Street Fighter. I don't want to say just the NetherRealm series in general because they can go into
Guilty Gear,
DNF.
Oh yeah.
I heard the new Guilty Gear.
DNF is the one playing now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we can move on to. Cause I think that's all we have for gaming. I had one other topic, but like it's shit, so fuck it. I want to ask you guys a little bit about music, because I know you said you couldn't say too much about music, but like how often do you go out of your way to listen to new music? Genuinely.
Honestly, if it depends on the artist. For myself, like Kendrick dropped a new album, I listened to it, and I didn't go like for me. It's like, all right, I'm driving to work. There's a new album. Let me put it on. Let me start getting through it. So like I don't invest heavily. Like before, it was like when I used to go to school, like I would put on an album, and by the time the album finished, I would get to school. Now it's like I don't have as much time on the drive, so I'll listen to as much as I can, and then I'll pick it up on my way home. So I don't go out of my way to like listen to like new stuff. Like I won't set aside like 2 hours to listen to like a 2-hour album, all in one sitting.
I see.
For me, it's just like, all right, I need music on, like I'm driving. Usually it's when I'm driving. That's when I listen to my music.
Yeah, and when you are driving, you don't bother putting on like more so new music. You just kind of listen to like old albums and singles.
Bro, I literally have an anime gym playlist that I've been running for like eons.
You gotta send me that. But honestly, I realized with myself, I'm glad you mentioned the new Kendrick album. Because this is when I thought about this. Because, you know, when a new Kendrick album dropped, I'm like, oh, dope. It's that new Kung Fu Kenny, all that shit. I still like them. I'm like, okay. So I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set aside 2 hours to listen to my music. But the problem was, I thought about doing it on my car ride to work. My car radio is been fucked. So I'm like, I'm not going to listen to shit on my phone. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can listen to it with my damn earphones. One of my earphones doesn't damn work. But I realized this is important because, like, for me, the first listen to a song is so damn important to me. Like, the first time I heard, like, Stand by Eminem, I wasn't paying enough attention. So when he said that end line was like, his name was, it was you. It did hit me as hard as it hit everybody who heard it because I wasn't paying attention. And when I realized how sick it would have been if I paid attention, I want to give proper music and then listen. But it's been several months and I've still not listened to the new Kendrick album because I haven't found the time just listen to those 2 hours. And I realized to myself, fuck, bro, I don't listen to like a lot of new rap. Like I was on this guy at work because he's like 18, you know, like we're obviously older. And like I pretty much don't listen to rap. He's like, yo, same man. And like he started listening to all these artists. I don't remember who one he said was a Lil Durk. And I'm just like, I know all the artists he said, but I don't even listen to the music. I didn't even bother trying to listen to a song. Like, you know, people have opinions on artists. I don't even have opinions on those artists because I didn't even try to go my way to listen to them. And I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to get into the state of like try to listen to all music, but I realized at least for like past like a year and a half, except for like a few artists, I'm mostly just listening to the same songs I've always been listening to.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. For me, it's like I listen to anime music, like anime opening, stuff like that. And then if like Eminem drops a new album or Kendrick drops a new album or Elton recommends something to me or Antive or someone, then I'll listen to something. But other than that, I'm just straight up on my old tunes like Linkin Park, stuff like that.
But yeah, Elton and Antive, you guys been mad quiet. So how you feel about this? How you feel about this?
Sorry, what was the question? Go ahead, Annie.
Question
Go ahead, Annie.
I only listen. See, I've realized one thing about myself. If I like something, I'm gonna keep replaying it no matter how old it gets. So I only find music by accident, or someone tells me about it. Sure. But like,
Trips and falls into it.
If I like one album, I'm gonna replay that album till I find another album.
Oh God,
bro, I did the same shit with like when the new Tyler dropped because I was on the new albums about to listen to. I listened to that album for like a month. I started listening to it, and I saw Tyler live. I'm like, bro, why'd I stop listening to this album? And I just kept listening to that album again.
Bruh, I used to play Isolana Love Letter Red Black on the way to school and on the way back. The whole album, front and back.
Feels sad boy hours.
Bro, front and back. And right now, I've been listening to M. Honcho. Like, it's just constantly M. Honcho.
And so I'm so sad. I remember you telling me about like the Black album and like, when I listened to like the Black album, but I kept telling you, I listened to 3 tracks. I got the Problems. I repeated that shit for like 15 times. Is what I heard. Like, like, I never finished that album. Every time I try, I get the Problem. I'm like, I don't listen to the rest of this shit, bro. Problems is all I need in life. That's it.
Brother, yeah, there's something about Problems. It's just the replayability of that track is like, it's uncanny.
It's so good.
There's just something about it. Like, you have like, I don't know. The fact that like everyone I know like puts it on repeat. It's weird. It's weird. Like, it's just, oh yeah.
What is this track that I need to listen to now?
My favorite part about Problems is when he says, "Girl, I didn't mean that shit. I was goddamn lying."
Damn,
this shit is funny to me.
Wait, that's not your that's your favorite part? My favorite part is like when he says figure around on the sheets. She only wake up to heat. Why you do that? Like, I was like, this girl's a bum.
It's like, there's a lot of it, but that was a part I gravitated towards a lot. He's almost mad at her. It's like, I was high, damn it, the fuck, like almost like,
yeah.
This is funny. I mean,
wait, so you didn't even get to Free? Did you listen to the song Free?
Ooh, Free is so good.
It's free right after Problems on the album. I may have once gone past and been like, man, this shit ain't Problems, bro. Then go back to Problems.
Oh God.
Sure. But the way I listen to music is it's like I'm not gonna lie, like, since like I DJ and stuff like that, like I'm usually discovering music, but in a systematic way. Something I honestly recommend you guys do is go on Spotify and based on the stuff that you listen to, it will make a curated playlist for you called Discover Weekly, and then I literally listen to that.
Okay.
I listen to Discover Weekly because it refreshes every Monday, and then after I finish that, I listen to like what they call like release radar, and it's basically all the artists that released new music in the past like month. They put it into a playlist, and then you listen to that, and it gets refreshed like, every Friday too, because usually that's when people drop stuff. So that's how I do it. Also, on top of that, since like as I said, I freaking DJ, like I'm listening to other playlists to curate my playlist, so I could play things that I want to mix and such. So it's pretty systematic. And also on top of that, like I would be on hot new hip hop, looking at the things that dropped and say, like I haven't heard of this guy, or I like this album, all right, let me listen to it. And I do that weekly, along with doing the same thing with Afrobeats music, because I just enjoy Afrobeats music, and so on and so on. So
yeah, so you got to listen to the find new music, which is good. We should have Taj on this, because like I know Taj is like, typically Taj, he's like the same. He like listens to like every genre of music, likes rap the most, obviously, and like he's always hearing for new artists. But like something I thought was funny that he said is like the past 2 years with Double XL, he's like, I know like one or two of these niggas. I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Bunk, it's been trash. The only person I think I know this year is Nardo Wick. That's on it.
That shouldn't even sound familiar to me. That's how out of the loop I am.
You don't know Nardo Wick?
Nah, I'm like I'm really out of this shit, Elton.
Lee, listen. This one. What the was that?
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
Well, not from
Yeah,
TikTok,
so
man.
he's the one that made the song with like 21 Savage, G Herbo,
Actually-
and Little Durk.
Actually, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because this is the other music topic about how TikTok is awful for making people's music careers. And no, I'm not saying I dislike that song, but I've noticed something on TikTok that hurts me so badly, because like they like using like popular like songs and audios to make memes and shit. There's too many songs that got big because they were a meme, and like sometimes I'll hear like when people like do like I watch a lot of like anime clips where they like to remove the audio and just put like that rap song in the background with these sick edits. I got in the AMVs and I thought it's super sick. But I listen to like all these songs like, yo, this shit sounds sick. It goes hard, and it's like song goes hard for like maybe 8 to 10 seconds on half the chorus, not the full chorus, half the damn chorus, and then it's mid or trashed. Like remember that one song Mario Jita that's like, oh my, I will find you, nigga, don't you run from me. You guys know that song?
No idea.
I don't have TikTok, so I have no idea.
I feel lame as fuck doing that shit now. You didn't know that shit.
Yeah, you're whack still.
No, bro, it's like that song became big because of TikTok, because it was a meme. And not to say it's a trash song, but like I listened to it a lot. And I really decided this isn't really a good song. It's fine, but I feel like it just hurts me a little bit, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of because on TikTok it's really easy to grow. Oh, I'm just hurt by the amount of like songs I see pick up. Like I know one of them. What was that Toronto music festival that we were talking about like I think a month or two ago? A bunch of people were coming.
Rolling Loud?
Yeah, Rolling Loud. And I saw some guy off it who his song got big on TikTok. And I listened to that verse of that song that got big on TikTok. And I'm like, damn, your verse was ass, bro. You got carried by your feature. And this man's gonna get Rolling Loud and shit.
What song was it?
Get Off the Leash by was it Baby Santana and Young something?
No, don't
that
know.
one was good for a hella memes, bro. But like that was my little TED Talk rant about how TikTok makes too many people who should not be famous, especially with just music artists. It's not always the case.
I agree and disagree, because there are studios that will like fabricate music or like a trend on TikTok. Like in that song A B C, that one that was very popular.
Yeah.
At one point, yeah, that song was legit. Like she was air quotes live streaming, and then a fan was like, "Can you like make a song using the alphabet?" And then she made a song, which is already written, right? And then like when she made that song, it blew up, and then people were like, "Oh my god, so good!" But like they planned it that way, so it would blow up on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that they actually did that.
Yeah, they did.
I remember like have you heard Halsey talk about it, Elton? About the songs that she's working on? She literally said that like she has songs made that she wants to release, but the studio says there's not enough buzz about her right now to them to want to release the song. So she made a TikTok, explained to them the situation, because she wants to release her music, because this is what the studio is making her do. And I'm like, what the fuck? Which is what made me realize that like TikTok is really great for marketing, and I feel like that's the problem. It's just a little bit too good. It's like
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
they're playing to the masses. Like that's how they basically get clout these days. It's bad.
Yeah, cause like, especially that stage thing. You just told me I didn't even know they did all that. But I know like Lil Nas X, cause like I like a lot of his singles, like Industry Baby. I love that track a lot, and he has been making a bunch of. Lil Nas X is just like, he's probably the most famous person, which I feel like is just one of us. Like I feel like he's been in our freaking friend group because he's just a chill ass dude. But he's making a bunch of TikToks like with his own music and shit and memes and all this shit. I feel like I like how he does it, and I also like I agree with his music not being trash, so I'm fine with it. But like I've heard too many. I've had my hopes up too many times with these TikTok artists, and that's where I'm at.
Sure.
But we had good memes from it. Yeah, so I feel like
I know. I don't know if. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard the artist of Powfu.
No.
No idea.
So you know that coffee in your head?
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
That song, like he kind of like remixed, or like had a feature with this other person whose name I'm not even gonna try to say, and he's like really big on TikTok, only because like he literally like records his like recording sessions on TikTok, and he'll like literally sing on TikTok. And like I literally discovered him because of TikTok, but this dude has like a lot of tracks and is really popular from what it looks like. But like you guys haven't heard of him, so at the same time it's like, is he popular?
Yeah, I mean,
it can be popular, but not a cup of tea, you know.
Like you know who I only found out was huge like this year, and I only heard of him this year.
Who?
Bad Buddy.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Bro.
it's like
I haven't been hanging out with Claudia.
like
Yeah.
of course, cause I remember I told you that one girl I was trying to date recently, she was Hispanic, and like on her story she went to Bad Buddy concert, and like I heard about Bad Buddy's gonna be in like this Marvel Spider-Man spinoff, and I saw he had like 60 million monthly Spotify listeners. I'm like, how the fuck am I not heard about this guy? So I was
That's
Spanish.
Spanish.
yeah.
You gotta hang around with more Spanish people. Like, and even so, like, girls go crazy for Bad Bunny.
They do.
Like, I don't, like,
I don't know who Bad Bunny was till now.
Just because like
that's excusable though, because it's hard job.
Yeah.
Well, Hardjaz's whole
I'm
playlist,
very-
whenever we go with them, is fucking anime openings, right? Like,
Yeah,
What do
I'm
you
not
think was gonna
very
happen?
musically inclined.
If they ain't Japanese, I don't know them. This is what Hardjaz
Basically.
But
Yeah.
I just think
Wait,
actually
so
it's probably
I was gonna ask you what happened with this. Oh, wait, actually, no. I guess we could talk about it after the
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
just know it didn't go well, but we'll get into that. But we should actually.
You want to talk about it on the podcast?
on the
King?
podcast?
You want to air it out?
Yeah. I don't gotta say names, so I'm fine to talk about the podcast. This will be interesting. this will be our live session to end the show. So I work at a workplace. That's all you need to know about it.
Work at a workplace.
Yeah, bro.
You already
don't-
said. I'm just
I
saying.
hope
They,
it's a
they already.
workplace.
They already
They
know.
already
You
know
already
the
said it.
workplace.
I didn't say the workplace. Did you say the
Yeah, you
workplace?
did. You did.
I
Earlier.
did?
Yeah, you did.
Well,
Did he?
I'm not gonna say who did, but like, yeah,
Somebody
it was
said it.
Oh, I think it was me. It was me. It was
No, I
me.
didn't want to say who it was, but like,
Yeah, it was me. I remember now.
Don't-
I remember the
don't worry,
context.
Don't worry, guys. We got editing. We got editing to fix that. But anyway, I work at a workplace, and like I'm in my own department. I noticed this girl, and like, guys, I'm gonna keep it straight with you. I noticed that like she got a nice ass. Like that's my first thought entirely.
Can you put like, sorry to intro, but can you put like Chris Brown yo like at this part while you're talking about her?
I'll consider. I'll
Like
listen to you.
just the instrumental
I'll cover instrument. That'll be perfect. Yeah.
while you're telling the story. Okay,
Yeah.
continue. Sorry.
But anyway, I work at a workplace, which I said like 3 times now. And in my department, I'm chilling. I know everyone there is fine, but like I noticed this girl around. She's cute, and one thing I noticed about her, she's got a nice ass. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. That's why I was interested in her. But at some point, I saw her by herself. I'm just like, I'll go say hi. So I say
Big
hi.
booty.
Yes. So I say hi, introduce myself, and like it's cool. And like every now and then I see her and we'll talk and like we'll have like these cool discussions. We talk about like movies and this type of stuff, things we want to do for the summer. And like it was going good. But apparently she was only hired on as a temp staff, and her and a bunch of people will be let go soon. And she knew about that. So I'm like, the clock is ticking. I gotta ask her out. But honestly, before this
Like
even happened,
homegirl, she's tempting you, man.
yeah, bro.
She's tempting you.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I
sorry.
was a coward, bro. Like, cause we have like a lunchroom area and like a place upstairs. She's always in the upstairs place, so I know where she is. So I remember like it's the third day. I'm not a stalker, bro. I just pay attention, all right? So like, so the third day before she's about to quit, I like start to go up the stairs, and like when I get to the top, I'm like, I'm way too nervous. I can't do this. Then I see her walk out the door, and she sees me. I'm like, fuck, I gotta keep going. So I go up, talk to her, and just like say, "Oh, what are you doing here?" It's like, and I tell her, "Oh, I came to find you because I'm kind of bored." So we talk a bit. She's like, "Oh, cool," and we talk for a bit. And I'm like, "Nah, I got no guts today. It's fine." Second day before she's about to quit, I think about going up. So I go on the stairs. I get halfway up. I'm just like, "Nah, I don't got the guts." I go back downstairs again.
Oh my god.
This is real shit. This is real shit. But anyway, it's the last
my
day.
gosh.
I'm like, fuck, the worst she can say is no. I don't believe that, but I tell myself that. I go up the
I don't
stairs.
believe it either.
I see her. I'm just like, oh, hey. And I say, hey, it's your last day. I thought I talked to you. And she's saying all this stuff. I'm like, yo. I say, hey, you want to, like, I can't remember the exact wording. I use my primitive stuff. But, like, go out sometime. She's like, oh, yeah, sure. That'd be fun. She didn't say sure. She said, yeah, that'd be fun. And, I collect, like, I got her number. I got her Instagram. And it was cool. And I'm like, this is. And I'm like, I was so gassed. I was telling all the groups, I was like, bro, she said yes. I'm in there, bro. I'm in there. But, like, as soon as we start, like, messaging off work, it's weird. Like, we're having good conversations in person. But, like, on text, she's giving, like, short replies, disappear for hours. Like, the texting isn't good. But, like, I feel like sometimes she's busy, so I want to force it. But I'm like, this is odd. So I say, like, yo, would you be down to go to, like, I asked her after my mini golf. Would you be down to go to, like, this mini golf place on Wednesday next week when you're free or whatever? And she said, like, yeah, I should be available then, which makes it know she's down, but that's not 100%. So, like, it's fine. So, like, I skip a day, message her the next day because she's at, like, her brother's tournament or something like that. And, like, when I finally try to finalize, okay, so you down to go to thing on this day? Finally, she does not respond. But she doesn't see the message. But, like, I see her posting stories. I see that she's always online. I'm like, she just ignored the message. But at one point, I posted a story on Instagram, and I saw that she saw it. And now I've officially been left on red. So it's like, it's done, bro. I know what happened. So nothing went down there.
Brother.
I'm disappointed, but, like, it is what it is.
Brother. I just want to tell you, it's okay.
Nice.
Elton, let me be real with you. She would have been, like, the best looking girl I've ever dated if this went through, bro.
Oh, gosh.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, because, like, people ask, like, I mean, what she look like? What she look like? So I sent a picture, like, to our other friends, my boy Tad was like, yo, Lee, I don't know if you can handle all that. It's like, what do you mean by that? She's kind of pretty. Lee was like, I know, Town. I want to get this shit right, but
Hey, man, all I'm saying is, I won't say the person's by name, but this certain female would have been like, I can't let Lee win. And you would have been, you would have cut an L, you know?
Oh my god.
we don't got to end that. But
Yo,
hey.
putting that energy out there, eh? Like, yo, that person's always just wants to see your downfall.
Hey, man, maybe that person messaged her and was like, yeah, don't do it.
It's like,
Don't do it.
Nah,
figured
she's
it out
no
somehow.
straight. Yo, I'm
Figured it out
telling you, she is literally sitting in her room with a candle and a flame with one of Lee's dreadlocks, just making sure that, like, putting a hex on him, saying that this nigga's gonna get no pussy for the rest of his life. Like, that's literally what she's doing.
And it's been working, bro.
Man.
But anyway, that was my L to end up the podcast. Before we go, I want to know if you guys have some closing statements. And we're going to start with Hard Jock because you've been mad silent.
I was actually gonna say I figured out what the other two games were for the PlayStation thingy. It's
Oh.
Yakuza and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
That is pretty
okay.
good. That's actually
Yeah.
inspired for PlayStation Plus. And that is your closing statement, Hard Jock?
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good closing statement. All right, now we're going to go next with NC.
I'll be here whenever Lee calls me, so, yeah.
No
Fine.
homo.
Sure.
That was an awful joke. All right, Elton, what's your closing statement?
Lee, keep your head up, man. You will succeed.
Yo,
Thank you.
man, all I'm saying is he needed you in Pancake Day, dog. He needed you.
Hey, man.
Why
Right.
he needed me on Pancake? You had Pancake Day?
Yeah, we
I knew they
did.
was.
I
Oh
wanted to
yeah,
invite
my
you.
bad
invite
about
me.
that, Lee.
I wanted to invite
Oh.
you, but, like, I knew you were in Ottawa, so, like, I feel like, fuck, he's in Ottawa. But, like, as the days go on, like, should I invite him anyway? Would he just reach, possibly?
Yes.
Well, that's a whole other thing. Wait, I got my closing statement out of the way. My closing statement is, it's been tough for me with women the entirety of this year. I got pretty lucky last year. I half think that was a fluke, but I will not give up. I'm gonna make this shit work.
Nah, you're gonna show everyone that it ain't a fluke. Like, you're gonna level up. You're gonna level up. Don't worry, just keep at it.
All right,
at
guys. Thanks for coming to this episode of the Out of Mind podcast. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and peace.